Hey, what's up guys? I'm back here at Mission Fitness Center in Alhambra, California, and the focus of today's video is about a full body circuit. Look, many of you have been reaching out, commenting on past videos, hitting me up on social media, and you really want an all-inclusive workout that you can hit all of the major muscle groups, get the cardiovascular training in, hit the abdominals in one workout. So that's exactly what we're going to break down today. All of the exercises, the sets, the rep range, the movements, and how to put them all together for a full body workout in and out the gym in about 1 hour. So let's get to it. Two great movements to kickstart our full body circuit. We have here our clean and press, nice big multi-joint compound movement. You're going to see a lot of those throughout the circuit. Multi-joint, we're working two joints at once within that movement. And if you're not too familiar with the clean part, simply stand at a squat station and you can perform the overhead shoulder press or even a push press. Little bounce in the knees. We are looking for good form and good technique, but we also want to be efficient. And as we're moving around, we're doing high volume, not that heavy amount of weight. So it's more about keeping the intensity turned up rather than adding the weight in. A couple of pointers on that one. If you do clean it up, make sure that you get that flick of the wrist and the elbows come forwards. And then as you push up, we're driving upwards, keeping a nice straight shoulders back, chest lifted up. So nice and firm footing to keep a stable structure. After we've done our 12 reps on there, straight away we're picking up the dumbbells, seated or standing. I like standing just because I feel I can really focus on lifting the arms out. My wrists are not going much higher than my shoulders, but they're not lower. You want to get that arm to about parallel with the floor, making sure that that elbow is slightly rotated up. This is a great exercise to really target the middle deltoid head. And if you find that you're doing this kind of circuit often, you can also switch out different exercises and substitute them with different movements. Bend forwards, hit the rear deltoid by doing some rear deltoid flies, or barbell or dumbbell front raise to hit the anterior. With that said, let's move on and check out the next superset combo, and we'll be focusing on the back. Let me tell you, with 4 exercises in, 4 sets, my whole upper body is already feeling pumped. So the superset exercises that we have here for back, lat pull down, nothing really new there, but it's such a great exercise, I don't want to leave that out. You could substitute it for pull-ups, either with weight belt on, having a dumbbell between the legs, or just body weight. But I like lat pull down, and again, you can vary the different hand positions. Pronated, wide, supinated or underhand, close, and a whole bunch of different attachments that you can use, but the basic principle is the same. Elbows driving down, keep the chest up, and imagine you've got 2 fingers in the center of your back. That's what you're trying to focus on as you're squeezing those large lat muscles together and pausing just for a split second at the bottom of the rep. 15 reps on there, a little bit higher when it comes to cable. And then our next exercise, which again is more of a multi-joint compound big exercise, barbell rows. You'll see within a lot of this full body circuit today, my grip is always overhand. So every now and again I want to switch it up, have an underhand grip, which will work the back in a different manner. And you'll see the difference as I'm putting that bar up, almost parallel to my thighs, up towards my, just below the belly button, driving the elbows up and squeezing the back up at the top. This goes back to what I was saying at the beginning. Don't go too heavy. You want a definitive stop and finish at each rep, which means we're driving it, we're squeezing, we're fully lengthening it all the way back down and repeat. Shoulders done, back done. Let's take a look at chest and how that fits in with this full body circuit. exercises number 5 and 6, starting with the incline bench dumbbell press. You can see I've got a rotation in the hands as I push up. So starting with a neutral grip at the base of the repetition. As I push up, I'm internally rotating my hands, allowing me to get a little bit of rotation there, tying the upper pectoral, and really get that deep squeeze at the top of the motion. As I lower the weights back down, because I'm rotating my hand back down, I actually get a deeper stretch, allowing the dumbbells to travel a little bit deeper than I would if I'm using that typical overhand or pronated grip. So range of motion is key within this full body circuit. Intensity, range of motion, and muscle activation. 12 reps for those incline presses, and then as you see, we drop that bench down. I'm about halving the total weight. We're going into 12 dumbbell flies. The important thing on this one is to keep the fixation at the elbow rigid. We're not extending the arm, you're not bringing the bicep or tricep in, you're focusing purely on the pectoral. Think of how a bird's wings are. Same principle as with our pecs. So keep the arm fixed but slightly bent, all the way up. Don't allow the weights to touch, that will take tension off of the muscle. Squeeze at the top of the motion, big deep breath in, fill your lungs with air as you stretch down. Don't go too deep, just enough that you feel that stretch in the pectoral, and then pull it back up. 12 and 12. Now let's move on, have a look at biceps and triceps. So the thing with arms is they're a relatively smaller muscle group in comparison to the chest, even the deltoids, back, and certainly the legs. So unlike a lot of the bigger muscle groups where we'll pair them with a similar exercise that focuses on that same muscle group, biceps, triceps, we're only going to give them one. But one is enough. Both with back, shoulders, and chest, the biceps and triceps respectively get work. So we don't need to overtrain them, certainly within this full body circuit. We start with our skull crushers or French tricep extensions. Same exercise, regardless of the name. Look, with this one, try to keep your elbows from flaring out. You want to keep your elbows as much in line with the shoulders as you can. Full extension, flexing as much as you can. And you'll notice I put my arm a little bit further back. That's because I keep tension in that tricep throughout the full range of motion, as opposed to having my arm in the standard position. And when I bring that bar back over, it's as if it's resting on my arm, takes off some of that tension on the tricep. So just by moving a few angles back, keeps the tension in the tricep. So elbows in, 12 reps. Straight after, we're onto those seated hammer curls. Why hammer curls and not a barbell curl or some other dumbbell ones? Well, typically we use the biceps in that motion a lot. By semi-supinating our hand, keeping the upper arm fixed at the side, we're working the bicep in a different manner than we might do with your conventional or standard barbell movements. So that's the great thing about this full body circuit. Everything is modular. You can follow exactly the same as I'm doing here. The following week, take out 1 or 2 exercises, replace them with a few others. If you check out my website, robriches.com, you'll find this video along with all of the substitutions and alternative exercises so you can mix and match as you need. So now we're going to shift our emphasis from the top down to the bottom half, starting with our hamstrings, moving around to our quads. Of course, the calves will get a bit of action as well. We're going to end this full body circuit with some abdominals and a little bit more cardiovascular HIIT training. So let's go check it out. Alright, so look, we're 6 exercises in for the upper body, only 2 for the lower half, but 2 is enough. We're starting with the leg press. You may have seen that my feet are positioned a little bit higher than normal. My toes and the ball of the foot are actually just at the top of the base plate. And the reason for that is simple. By positioning my feet higher, I'm activating more of my hamstring and glutes. Still working the quads, but I'm putting that much more emphasis on the hamstring involvement as well. So quads, hamstrings, glutes, and calves in there as well. So 12 repetitions on the leg press. And then what we do is we come over here, pick up some dumbbells, and I'm traveling for a distance. It's about 20 steps each way. And I've got two different variables. One, more of a normal or a long step lunge. With this one, as I step forwards, heel toe down, 90-degree bend, my hips are stacked directly in the middle, shoulders above my hip, both knees at a right angle. This is your standard sort of lunge type movement. Great for the quads, works the glutes, gets the calves in there as well. On the way back though, I've shortened that step to about half. See, I'm only taking half a step. My back knee comes that much more forwards. A lot of emphasis now on this quad to then push me up and step forwards. So I'm alternating between your standard lunge pattern and a shortened one, emphasis being that much more greater on the quad. So hamstring, quad, that's enough for the legs, calves in there as well. 20, so about 40 steps in total. Now we move on, finish with an abdominal movement, adding in some jump rope at the end for our HIIT training, high intensity interval training, and that is our circuit done. There we go, abdominals and jump rope. Let's start with our abdominal crunch. Now, there's a whole host of different exercises that we can use here to train the abdominals from a variety of different angles and motions. This one I'm going with because it's my favorite, high cable rope pull down or crunch. Look, for this one, it's a really focused range of motion. We don't need to pull the rope all the way down to the floor. The abdominals, if they're relaxed here, I'm breathing out, really exhaling all the air in my lungs. And crunch forwards, that's it. My abdominals are fully crunched. So from here to there, that's the range of motion. My arms are staying fixed. I'm simply just holding onto the rope with the weights there, so that's the resistance. You can use a resistance band or pull-up band, has the same effect, but you need to coordinate your breathing pattern with the concentric and eccentric phases of that exercise. So really exhale every time you crunch down. Breathe in through the nose as you come back up. Keep it slow, controlled, and focus on engaging the abdominals. 30 repetitions there. Again, a little bit higher for cables, but even with abdominals, we're gonna push it up to 20, even 30 repetitions. And then for cardio, look, I wanna keep this workout efficient. Jump rope, pick this up, 2, 3, even 5 minutes jump rope. That's enough to get your heart rate going, circulating the blood, get all those toxins moving out of the muscles that we've been using throughout this entire circuit. And then, guess what? We repeat it 2 or 3 more times. You can be in the gym and out in under an hour, get a really, really good, efficient workout, hitting all of the major muscle groups. And as you'll see on the full article, which I'll put on my website, there's a whole number of different movements and exercises that you can substitute, take out, replace, so you've got a whole ton of different variables to put into place of the same structure that you can repeat week in, week out. Or maybe even you found some great alternative exercises to replace some of the ones that I've shown in this video. So go have a look, robriches.com. Thanks to Mission Fitness Center for letting us film here. It's a really great gym in Alhambra, California. And of course, Liam Nietzsche for kitting me out for this entire video. So thank you both. Hope you enjoyed the video. Keep watching. We've got a ton more videos coming in and out of the gym. We'll be back here real soon. So until then, keep grinding hard, stay hungry. I'll see you soon. Take care.